Welcome back to my channel. Today I curated a makeup bag based on like a summer wedding guest makeup. So I'm going to a wedding at the end of this month and I'll be in Montana from the end of June into July. So it's very much summertime. So I'm thinking like bronzy, summery, sun-kissed kind of vibe. Yeah, so if this is a series that you're interested in and you have a lot of ideas, brainstorm ideas with me in the comments because I would love to have suggestions about curated makeup bags that you're actually interested in. My skincare is done, and so the thing is with summer wedding guest makeup is like you're gonna be sitting outside, you're gonna be outside, it's gonna be hot potentially depending on where you are. So for me, like I've been really into my SPF, as everybody should, no matter how pale or tan or deep you are. Like it's a real thing. Like the sun is just so dangerous to us now, which really sucks given that I'm such like I'm my happiest when I'm sitting out in the sun and like doing summer things and being tan and like the vitamin D, like it really is a thing. It's I didn't believe in seasonal depression before, and then I moved to the Pacific Northwest, and the winter time is hard for me here. And so as soon as the sun comes out, I feel like I'm a totally different person. But anyways, I've been really prioritizing my SPF. And so I get tan really easily, but with using retinol and other exfoliants and using really high SPFs, especially on my face every single day, and also makeup products that have SPF in it, my face is always significantly lighter than the rest of my body when it starts to get summertime. And so tinted SPFs have been kind of like on my radar a little bit more than usual, but it's few and far between with how either like inclusive they are or just like the shades in general not pulling orange. But so I already have this on my face today. This is the Nudestix Nudescreen Daily Mineral Veil. This is only SPF 30, so obviously put another SPF on underneath this. I'm also really curious about people's opinions on application of SPF. I've always been told that you should never mix them. And you should never mix an SPF into your makeup. My opinion is like having a base layer, and then if you're mixing an SPF in with other products, like more is more with SPF in my opinion. But let me know how you do it, because you know that we can all learn from each other. I have this in the shade tan. This is pretty deep, so if I'm gonna be using this all year long, I'm definitely gonna get a lighter shade. But when I work it into my skin, it does help my face match the rest of my body. But anyways, I'm testing this out this week to see if it plays nicely with makeup, and I only wore it one other time before with makeup and it seemed to wear really beautifully. So okay, so we're gonna do a little underpainting moment. I'm gonna take the Ciele Sculpt, what is it? Sculpt and Protect. I have this in the shade Light. I'm gonna take this on my Sephora Pro 47 brush and just really get that all over the face. Doesn't have to be like super like neat and precise because we are gonna go over with concealer. I really like to focus this onto my forehead especially when underpainting. So if you don't know, what's cool about Ciele is that they have SPF in all of their products. So their blush, their bronzer, their powder, their tinted moisturizer, all of it has SPF, which is really, really cool. And in the past, you know, SPF makeup kind of hybrid products, you know, weren't really the most like cosmetically elegant, but Ciele is like, I have yet to try something I don't like, honestly. This little spot on my forehead here that like nothing is sticking to, I think it might be the oil in my hair, like got on my forehead or something. So just ignore that. Okay, and we're also gonna contour just a teeny tiny bit. This is the Westman Atelier contour stick in the shade Biscuit. And I'm not gonna like go all over the face. I'm just gonna go into the like little hollow areas here, just to add a little bit more dimension. Not too much. And then take it down the nose here. I'm not very precise. I just kind of use the brush, like the shape of the brush. I feel like the shape of the brush, especially with contour, like really can make your life so much easier if you're not the best contourer. And I've been watching Nikki LaRose a lot, and she really likes to take the contour around the old lip line here. So how I've been doing it is just going, yep. Not as precise, but when underpainting, you don't need to be. See how that just added like a little bit more shadow? We'll just take the rest onto the eyelids here. Okay, so many concealers in front of me. I have to make sure I'm using the correct ones for what I need it for. So before, I just got a few things in the mail from Space NK. And so I have been mixing the Tower 28 and the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I have the shade EP and the shade 2W. I've been mixing them for like a really nice skin match, but I just got a new shade, and it's like the shade extension that the Kosas Revealer Concealer came out with. And so they came out with a bunch of neutral shades, and I do prefer a more neutral desaturated concealer. They came out with neutral shades. I got the shade 2.3N, and I wore it yesterday, and it's perfect. It's honestly perfect. So I'm gonna go in with that today instead of mixing my usual two. And I'm just gonna take a little bit into the hollows here. Along here, I do have a little spot right there. Just kind of focusing on where I have a lot of pigmentation. I like to take, like, look how like desaturated and perfect that is. Ooh, perfect, perfect, perfect. I'll just take it onto the forehead, like a little glob like that. And pat it in. I find with underpainting, like this area right here is the most important part because it sharpens up and like cleans up that kind of underpainting moment and makes it look super natural. Not taking anything else on the brush, I just do a light tap over the bronzer just to kind of marry everything together. Okay, so now on to highlight. I was using the Katie Jane Hughes along with the Hollywood Flawless filter there for a while, but I just got the Vieve Vieve Skin Dew. I got this in the mail along with a few other things. It reminds me a lot of the Refi, like both in packaging and in shade. I do find that the Vieve is a lot more kind of champagne-y gold, where the Refi is like a bronzy, but they essentially do the same thing. They look exactly the same on the skin. They perform exactly the same on the skin. So if you've one, I don't think that you necessarily need the other, but I've been wanting to try this for actual years. So I just like really, especially with liquid glowy products like this, I really saturate my brush so I don't get any globs. And so that's how it kind of blends out. And so you see on the skin here, it's transparent essentially, but it just has that extra mica and squalane to really give it that glowy tackiness. And since it's saturated into the brush, you don't really need to worry about any like globs or any like unevenness on each side. You can just keep patting, not swiping or like buffing, just patting. That's really the ticket with liquid and balmy or cream highlights, is you're not buffing it in like you would a traditional powder highlighter. You're just tapping and making it one with the skin. And this has like a vanilla scent to it, which I find kind of interesting. But yeah, essentially the same thing as the Refi, but this is the Vieve. Very pretty, very pretty, very up my alley. 10 out of 10. Okay, really exciting. I have a brand new Sunkissed what is the actual name of this product? The Nudies Matte All Over Face Bronze Color in Sunkissed. If you're new here, then this is my favorite blush of all time. Yeah, but if you're not new here, then you know just how much how much of a stan I am for Sunkissed. Like, I liked it before the whole Nicole Richie fiasco last summer. Fiasco, like it was like a thing. She got married and Patti DuBrave used Sunkissed. Anyway, so I'm just tapping that with a floofy brush. This is an old Kat Von D brush that I just love, and I can't really find a replacement, a double-ended brush that just works as nice as this. I just love it so much. And so we're just gonna pat that on top of the highlighter. And so you'll see that it kind of makes it a little bit more transparent because of the tacky surface that it's going on top of. Ooh, it's so pretty. It just really, like, my skin looks really good right now. And then take her onto the nose a little bit. Yeah, that's just so stunning. When doing it this way, it's easy to like build up to your personal preference instead of having to like fight with a super pigmented product, which this product is super pigmented, but it just goes on in such like a cosmetically elegant way. I can't recommend it enough. If you're into like a sun-kissed, like brownie, like a more brown leading terracotta shade, Sunkissed is for you. So I had been dipping into the Victoria Beckham Honey Lid Luster, which is a fantastic product, love it. But I recently got this. It was like a free thing because I ordered a bunch of stuff from Nudestix. Let me find a brush here. But I recently got the Nudestix Magnetic Luminous Eye Color. I've never used one of these before. This is in the shade Paia. It's a really pretty champagne color. And so I feel like this might be it. This might take the place of honey. So I'm just gonna try it out today. And it goes on pretty nicely. Like, it's not like chalky. It's a little drier, but not in a way where it doesn't feel like it's gonna blend out at all. So I'm just gonna take this brush and kind of swipe it. Yeah, that's blending out nicely. Yeah, I've never used this formula before. It's quite nice. I mean, it's not like a groundbreaking shade, but it's also like just giving you a little something without taking away from this very like skin focused look. I'm gonna actually just do a little bit more in the inner corners. And then the center. Very easy one and done. This one's a maybe. This one's a maybe for the look. But I had been using honey and quite enjoying it. It's a lot cooler toned. Like there's a lot more like a yellowy green kind of vibe to honey, but this one is kind of your traditional goldy champagne. I'm going in with the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. It is on its last leg. I'm about to open a new tube, but I do want to get every last drop out of this guy. You know when a mascara ages and it starts to like get kind of chunky when first putting it on the eye? That's what it's doing. So I think this is my last use of this. Yeah, with and without. Such a difference. Okay, so I did have a lip treatment that's been sitting on my lips this whole time. So I'm gonna go in with the Victoria Beckham lip liner in the shade 2 and just kind of line the old lips here. And this will provide like a kind of like brownie pinky base for the lipstick I'm gonna put on top of it. But first, I'm gonna go in with powder, if you can believe it. I never use powder on here, but we're looking a little, it feels very, not heavy on my face, but I feel like if I'm out in the sun and it's hot, that it could start to get really shiny and unflattering. So, so I'm just gonna use the, just a little bit of the Ilia loose powder. I've been using this for years. It's my favorite loose powder ever. And I'm gonna take a really big fluffy brush and really saturate it. It's kind of messy, not my favorite thing in the world. And I'm gonna focus it along here, a little bit in a T-zone kind of area, and kind of brush it onto the forehead and down the neck. Avoiding this area because you want that to stay dewy. And then whatever's left, just kind of go on like this. And setting the lip liner. And that will allow it to last a lot longer, especially if you're like, you know, drinking or, you know, sweating. Okay. That's good. Now I'm gonna go in with an old favorite. This is the Glossier Generation G in the shade Leo. So this is a very sheer matte, very, very matte lip blurring kind of balm. I can't even say balm. It's just like, it's a sheer lipstick. And it has this, it's very floral, soapy floral. It's a strange smell. And I don't like to wear this unless I have some sort of lip balm on underneath because my lips are just chronically dry. So, but I do want something that will last a little bit longer than just like a gloss, you know? So I've been really liking this combination, the Victoria Beckham lip liner and Leo. I like that. And then just sharpening my Cupid's bow. A little bit, and then underneath a little bit, and that's it. And I find that this lip combination does last a pretty long time when applied this way. Something I really like about the Generation G is if you just apply a lip balm and then immediately go on over with the Generation G, it doesn't like collide with the formulas. Like it doesn't compete and look unflattering. Like it kind of melts in and gives you kind of a sheer lip balm kind of look. Like it's really nice. And so very versatile. I love this color on me and I think it goes really nicely with the look. Okay, that's the look. Still experimenting with some of them. Might not be the finalized bag for said wedding guest makeup look, but I mean, this is definitely just like an everyday makeup for me as well. And so, you know, it's going to be hot. I'm going to be in the woods in Montana. So it's not like I'm going to be doing like a full glam anyways. So and I feel like this will go with any like attire because it is so everyday for me. So I could wear literally any colored dress and it'll look good. Or I could wear this out to dinner and it would look good. So yeah, that's the look, and thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Please comment some ideas, like curated makeup bag ideas. I would love that. Anyways, see you in the next one. Bye!